Alibaba's Qwen team just dropped Qwen 3.5 small model series. There is a lot to unpack. Let's talk about it. So we have 4 open source models, 0.8 billion parameter, 2B, 4B, and 9 billion parameter models. These are very, very impressive models. We have the benchmarks here, and we'll get to that in a second. I currently have the 9 billion parameter model running on my MacBook Air. This is an M3 MacBook Air. I have the 9B spun up on LM Studio, and I also have the 0.8 billion parameter model on my Raspberry Pi 5 with 16 gigs of RAM. Now, spoiler alert, I am underwhelmed with the performance of the 0.8B on the Raspberry Pi. We'll get to that in a second. Now, heading over to the benchmark, we can see a lot of interesting things happening here. Now, apparently it's not really good at following instructions, but it's doing really well with graduate level reasoning. Harvard level MIT mathematics tournament, it comes in 2nd place. It's also taken 2nd place with multilingual knowledge, 1st place with visual reasoning, 1st place with embodied reasoning, 1st place with document recognition and understanding, and 1st place with video reasoning as well. So these are really impressive benchmarks for a model that is about 13 times smaller than, say, the GPT OSS 120B. So the model is readily available on Ollama and LM Studio. I've disabled thinking because the model tends to overthink a lot of things, and it's just like, you know, an unbearable process. So I have that disabled, and we're just going to see how the performance is like on the M3 MacBook Air. Now we are getting about 7.5 tokens per second. And this is just a quick message. So let's type in something a bit more sophisticated. Now I'm just asking the model to explain the theory of relativity to me and asking it to keep it brief as well. So let's see how that performs. So my original screen recording software was using a lot of RAM, and it slowed down the performance of LM Studio. So we're getting a bit more better performance right now, but it's still not as good as it would be if I wasn't filming this session right now. I'm going to put an image, a screenshot of what the actual tokens per second we get when there are no resource usage overhead, and it is just LM Studio running the 9 billion parameter model on the MacBook Air. And now let's take a look at how it performs on the Raspberry Pi. Again, this is my Raspberry Pi 5. It is running my Openclaw AI agent, and it has 16 gigs of RAM. So let's see how it works. I haven't been able to disable thinking in this model, so, you know, we're just going to watch the model think through its thought process on how to respond to a simple hi text message. Now, this is what I meant when I said I was underwhelmed by the performance of this model on the Raspberry Pi. I was really hoping it'll be a lot faster than this, because then I could use this model for day-to-day activities on my Openclaw agent, but I don't think I can do that with this kind of performance. It's just not working, and it's unimpressive. Yes, I know this is the terminal, but I also tried it on the user interface, and the performance was still the same. Just for kicks and giggles, this is how the 0.8 billion parameter performs on the M3 MacBook Air. So this is really what I was expecting on the Raspberry Pi, but for whatever reason, it didn't live up to my expectation. So but this is how well the model performs on the M3 MacBook Air. We finally got a response from 0.8B parameter on the Raspberry Pi after a lot of overthinking. I tried to disable this on Ollama on the Raspberry Pi on this particular model, but, you know, I haven't been able to do that. So it takes me through the entire thought process and then finally gives me a rather simple response. So underwhelmed with the performance overall on the Raspberry Pi. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. These are exciting times to be in. We have lightweight models we can run on our smartphones. We have models that can fit into our pockets. We have models that can run locally without a lot of hardware overhead on our laptop, and they do a pretty good job. So yes, again, exciting time to be alive. I'm looking forward to the really cool things you get to do with these models. The links to all of the resources will be made available in the description. So leave a like if this was helpful. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.